Welcome back, YouTube. We are back out here doing some gardening work on this beautiful day. I've been busy outside this whole week just getting the gardens prepared. I've been in the greenhouse getting that all planted up. I'll show you that as well later on in the video. But for the other time, I've been dealing with this garden bed. Now, when we took over in January of this property, I didn't know what kind of condition that this bed was in. And now that the snow's all melted and I'm ready to plant, I noticed that the wood, if you can see behind the garden bed, that it's very rotten and it was decaying. And I didn't want to just hop into this thing here and start gardening and then I have more issues. So I decided to take some time and rip out all the old logs. And so what I had to do, because they were so moist and embedded into the ground and just not in really good shape, the ones that were in the ground, I had to go around with a pick and pick them out and kind of just break them apart as I could. But before I did that, also I had to go around the garden bed and pull all the soil back away from the outside wall, so that way when I pulled up the logs, they didn't the soil didn't fall out of the bed. And once I got all those logs out of the bed, I had to head out with the UTV, cut down a bunch of trees, and kind of remake the same bed, because it's a decent sized bed and I want to utilize it and get as much food as I can out of it this year. Notice that there's a wow right in the middle of the wood, and so there's a pretty decent gap from the lower log to the top log, but I figure over time it'll work its way out, and I haven't lost too much soil out of that gap, so you know, it's still a win-win. Now the thing I'm going to do today is I would like to plan this garden out a little bit better, but I do have a bunch of seeds, or should I say seedlings, and plants I've been keeping going in the starter trays now for a couple months, and I'd like to get them planted and get them growing. So that's what we're gonna get into today. So stay with me and I'll show you what I'll be planting out here. Alright, these are the plants I'm going to put in there. Obviously some of them need some water. I've been neglecting them just because I just haven't had time, but I knew I was getting around to this today, so I figured why not just water them all at once. So I'm going to start with some eggplants. Then I'm gonna do some cauliflower, and then I believe cabbage is right after that. Then I'm gonna do peppers near the end of that. So okay, I got my eggplants done and planted with, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a row of cabbage, a row of broccoli. I'm gonna do some Swiss chard, and I can't remember what the other one is. Let me check. Ah, yes, cauliflower. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep the same spacing across everything. So I have 24 inches in between each row, and I've been spacing the plants at about 12 to 15 inches apart. I know that's a little tight, but I have a little extra. So I'm gonna kind of squeeze them in there and see how they make out, right? If I lose one, I lose one. It is what it is, just all a learning curve. So let's get into these other ones now. All right, so we got everything planted in here. I didn't put you through the whole spiel, but after the cauliflower and all that, I ended up doing some cucumbers there just to give a buffer from my peppers that I finished off the garden with. So I have 2 rows of bell peppers, and then I have I think I have 3 rows of bell peppers, and then I got a row of hot peppers, and then 1 row of sweet peppers. The peppers you can put together like 12 to 18 inches apart, but these other ones here I had to go about 18 to 20 inches just because they are a bigger plant. Anyways, that's it for this garden here. Stay tuned for when I get into the lower garden, the larger garden, where I have some raspberries. I'm going to be doing some potatoes, some carrots, radishes, beets, all those root vegetables. So until next time, I'll see you again.